On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkled moon dust in your hair and golden starlight in your eyes are blue. Oh, sorry. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. I was in the middle of auditioning for a Karen Carpenter tribute. I love Karen Carpenter. Anyway, film and TV media, welcome. I thought I'd put on a pink wig because I love pink, and hey, it's kind of fun. Let's just do that. Let's talk about film and TV. All right, why not? Great subject. Everyone loves to watch TV. Everyone loves to go to the movies. And I was actually in a movie. I was in The Bachelor. Not The Bachelor and Bachelorette that you see today, but no, The Bachelor right here. This with Chris O'Donnell and Renee Zellweger. And did I say her name right? I don't know. Anyway, I was an extra. I was one of 1,000 brides and was in a bride dress and everything in streets of San Francisco. It was filmed. I got $50 for being an extra. It was so much fun. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I was also in another film with, it was an Irish independent. I don't know if it even got produced. So I could be out there in some film that I don't even know. But yeah, so let's talk about some TV and movies. And did you know that TV started after film? Film was first. Film was in the late 1800s. I would say like around 18, what is it? I'm gonna look at my 1895, around there. Yeah. And then TV kind of hit the scene in the early 1900s, so around 1928. And when TV hit the scenes, it kind of pushed back film a little bit. They kind of had to slow their roll because TV was taking over. I just dropped something. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, I just hope my wig doesn't come off. This is kind of fun. I love pink. Okay, here's a film. I have a ton of films. We just talked about books, and I have a ton of books. And now let's talk about films. This one here, When Giants Fall, was produced by one of my good friends, and she just recently passed away, Leslie Griffith. This is about saving the elephants because they've been poached. They've been poached for many, many years for their ivory, their husks, and great film that she did, documentary. If you ever get a chance to watch this movie, this is a great one. This one's a good one for journalists. If you want to be a journalist, this one's great about, getting it right in the newspaper, because newspapers are all competing with each other. They all want to get the story first. And of course you need to get it right. But in this movie called The Paper, kind of a all-star cast, it's not a true story, but it happens all the time in newspapers, in real life, what happens in this movie. If you ever watch this one, rent it, Netflix it, if it's on there. This one's a great one. This one's one of my favorites. I love this one. It's a true story. Julia and Julia. And if you don't know what that's about, check it out. I like to watch this one a lot because she writes this book, and it got turned into a film. That's called Opting. It opted into a film. This one I was not in, but I loved it, and it was called Front of the Class. And this one is a true story as well. The main character is Brad Cohen, and he suffers, still does to this day, with Tourette syndrome. And this guy ended up becoming a wonderful teacher himself, even though he struggled through his entire life with Tourette syndrome and people telling him he'll never amount to anything. And he applied for so many teaching jobs. I forgot how many, not 100, but close to that. And this is just a great success story. And when I watched this movie, I reached out to Brad Cohen himself, the actor, not the actor, but the guy that plays Brad Cohen. And I ended up doing an article on him, which was great, for one of my magazines. That was really cool. Great guy. This is a great movie, and it's called The Reluctant Debutante. And this one's really cool because when I was younger, probably like 20 years, maybe 30 years ago, my mom told me that this movie would be running in a theater in I forgot where that was located. I know we had to go through over the Dunbarton Bridge or somewhere. It was far, but we went to the film. We watched the movie. But what was cool about this is that most of the actors, some of them were dead by now, but some of the actors, the main one, Sandra Dee, and John Saxon, who back then was really, really good looking. He still is today. But they were going to be there at the film, at the end of the film, and do a Q&A. And I ended up asking some questions, of them, which was really great. So this was a great, very, very funny film. Rom-com, I would call it, yes. This one I play at a lot of my journalism classes, and it's called The Hearst Castle, Building the Dream. And what's cool about this is the Hearst Castle down in San Simeon. It's only 3 hours down the coast. It's a great film that they show there at the castle on their big IMAX film theater. And what's great is that, the castle was built by William Randolph Hearst himself. And also in one of the books that we talked about the last video, Julia Morgan, the architect. And what's cool about this is I wrote for the San Francisco Chronicle for 5 years for their Friday section. And I framed my first check from the San Francisco Chronicle because it has Hearst Corporation as the signature, the payee. And so I thought that was really cool. But anyway, this is a good movie. It's short. It's like less than an hour. I think it's 50 minutes. But it's really cool about a little bit about the castle. This one, oh my goodness. Okay, so this one is I watched this movie. Okay, this one's called Sibling Rivalry. And the main actress is Kirstie Alley. And she's great in this movie. It's an all-star cast. I just love this movie. I watched this movie. It's Sibling Rivalry. It's about brothers and sisters, fighting with each other. But I watched this movie probably, no lie, maybe 5 times a year. I just watched it the other night. I have it memorized. I mean, why do I keep watching? I know what's going to happen, but it's just one of those feel-good movies. It makes you laugh throughout. It's so fun, and I just have to keep watching it over and over again. So now it's your turn. Yeah, your turn. You're going to tell me, or all of us, because I'm going to put this as a discussion post assignment. You're going to tell me, what is your all-time favorite movie that you have to watch 5 times a year or more? What movie is that? Tell us about that movie and why you want to watch it over and over again. And then also, on the flip side, let's talk about the film you will walk out of, you hate so much. I have walked out of a couple movies. And by the way, did you know that if you go to the movie theaters, and you don't like the movie and you're maybe a quarter of the way in and you hate it, you can walk out, walk out, and get your money back. Did not know that until I did it. And so if you're not happy, I mean, I wouldn't walk out at the very end because you watched it all. But anyway, something just a pro tip right there. But I want you to tell me 2 things. One, your favorite movie that you love, and why. Why do you love it? And then the movie that you absolutely hate. It could be a TV series too, because this whole thing is on film and TV. Okay, so it could be a TV series or a TV show or whatever, maybe a made-for-TV Hallmark or Element, whatever. So it's your turn. Now, I turn it over to you. All right? Okay, that's it. Let me find my remote and